Oh, Jesus!
You know, one thing I could say about LK since it started is it has been one hell of a ride.
Starting to bite a little bit, huh?
This trip and this region really, really is special to me.
Oh, an orange! I got him, I got the orange. This is the cleanest fishery there is. All right, go ahead. I got collar, I got a flash. 12 o'clock.
24 hours. I think this is gonna be my longest road trip ever. Pretty amazing to see the amount of life. Sometimes it comes easy and sometimes you gotta work for it.
My name is Hussainy. I grew up in Southern California and now operate one of the largest sport fishing websites in the world.
Just another day at the office.
My office, not yours.
I'm Rush Maltz.
I got you. What you seeing?
Florida Keys native and career fishing guide for the past 20 years.
Fish. When I come out to California, you can let me catch all the 300-pound tunas.
Our passion is our profession, and we know there's more to fishing than just the catch.
There's a good mark right there. That's what I like to see.
That's the one. He's not superstitious because that's bad luck. Woo. All right, get with him, come with him.
We explore the people, places, and species that make up the culture of fishing.
In season 3, there was a lot more moving parts to deal with than the years prior. You know, in our preseason, when we're getting ready and planning, the Keys get hit by a hurricane. Specifically, it nailed the island that our producer lives on. That's kind of tough. That was a really big setback for us.
But you never know what life holds, and you never know what that next day holds. Well, that next day was Hurricane Irma. And, you know, that kind of threw a little monkey wrench into the start of season 3.
That's kind of tough. That was a really big setback for us.
But just like anything else, you just keep pushing forward, you know the challenges ahead of you, and you make it happen.
Intense, no question. This is serious.
Fortunately, you know, we started the season, Rush is trying to put his life back together, put his business back together. I had the opportunity to go to Australia, and it all came together really quickly, but before I knew it, I was in Australia. I originally found out about the NOMAD operation almost 15 years ago.
We basically looked at where can we take people where it's sheltered. We've got reasonable protection from the weather, but they can still do this sort of GT fishing and jigging.
Unfortunately for Rushy, he's stuck back in the Keys, cleaning up from the hurricane, trying to get back to normal, and there was no way I was gonna miss the opportunity. I tell everybody it's the best fishing trip I've ever been on.
2,000 miles of reef.
We were literally in the Coral Sea in the middle of nowhere.
Damn, he ate it. That is a mad scad with a coral trout.
Oh,
got him. Oh, look at that. Whoa, there we go. There you go. Oh, there he is.
Wow. Damon is a lot like myself. The guy's just a fishing nerd. He loves to fish.
Oh, another one.
Oh, look at the shark on him. Look at the shark.
Oh, got him. Get his head up. It's one of the little emperors that you get on the reef. Oh, GTs.
No, it's mad.
You got him. Oh, he's gonna eat it. He's gonna eat it.
One of the cool things about this trip is just catching stuff that you've never seen before.
Look at that.
Well, that's a new species.
Chuck Norris, AK.
I knew that this trip would offer the 2 fish that are on the top of my hit list. Number 1 on my list is the Napoleon wrasse.
Yeah, that little sort of sandy patches in the middle there. They love that sort of stuff.
It's right here, right here. Stop the boat, stop the boat. Oh, it's a Napoleon. Awesome.
Well done, man. There's your first one.
Wow, that's a good one to start with.
That's a nice one to start with.
The other fish that's been number 2 on my list for a long, long time is the dogtooth tuna. Bumping gear just a touch, Damon.
Yep.
Oh, he's not bad.
All right.
Sweet. I really came to Australia with a few fish I wanted to catch. That was the Napoleon wrasse and the dogtooth tuna. I missed having my boy there, but you know, we'll always be able to get back, and it was awesome. Oh! You know, the more you travel and fish, you notice the more things are the same. The fish are a little different, but they're kind of similar, and nothing, you know, was more evident than sort of the mackerel fishing, the kings that we fished down with Rush in the Keys, and the barred Spanish mackerel that almost killed me in Australia.
Oh! Yes!
Oh, look.
Oh, Jesus!
Okay, I'm out.
Okay, Holy dooly!
I'm out.
I couldn't imagine a 50-pound fish jumping in the boat. I've had small zero and Spanish mackerel jump in the boat.
We both had lures out back. We're skipping the lures in, and this torpedo comes over the back engine, right at Damon.
Like I'm standing here, it's just like coming straight at me, and I'm getting out of the way. This thing's not hitting me.
Yeah, it goes in the water.
I had nowhere left. I was like, man, I'm out of here.
One shot.
I'm still shaking. Oh my gosh! Mackerel mayhem!
Local Knowledge is brought to you by EVINRUDE, Penn, Let the Battle Begin, Yeti Coolers, built for the wild, the Florida Keys and Key West, come as you are, Simrad, go with confidence, go with Simrad, NOMAD Design, crafted by experience, and BDOutdoors.com.
Since I started doing Local Knowledge, it's taken a lot of time, you know, to make this show and keep up with the quality that we've been accustomed to. Obviously, I can't be in two places at one time. I can't be home fishing and I can't be shooting Local Knowledge at the same time. I was in a crossroads, kinda. I had to find somebody who I trusted, for one, who was gonna run my business to how my customers were accustomed to when I'm not there, and who could actually catch some fish and was passionate about what they do like I am. I'm excited. What do you think we'll catch, DJ? DJ Barrios is a young man who's deeply rooted in the fishing industry in Key West.
Fishing for a living is a trade. It's no different than being an electrician, a plumber, whatever. You know, you kind of start out right after high school, you sort of learn the trade, kind of work your way up the ranks, and eventually you run your own boat. In this case, DJ is the guy just starting out. He's got a really good foundation with a super fishy family.
Those birds are really pounding in there. Why don't we go over there? There's no real clear path to become a charter boat captain. The only path you could take is experience. Experience, experience, experience. I came up with a plan. There's no better way to see if DJ's ready, if he's prepared to take on all this responsibility by himself, and this is his day.
Yeah, there's a few nice ones right here to the right.
God, how many baits is this thing gonna eat? One of the things he needs to be prepared for is the tougher clients. What I mean by the tougher clients would be clients such as my boy Ali Hussainy.
Do you ever fish with worms? Do you have any Dramamine? Do you ever catch a bird in your net? Does it always take until 1 o'clock to get bait? Our last captain was having trouble.
He's not the easiest guy to fish with.
If we hit the bottom, will we sink? Another big milestone for us this season, you know, was DJ. Rush brought DJ into the fold to kind of keep the business spinning when he wasn't there. What'd you get there, Richie?
Little mahi. What you got there, buddy?
I think I got a blackfin tuna. And DJ really stepped up to the occasion. Rush passed him the torch, and DJ's been running the boat, which frees Rush up to spend more time focusing on Local Knowledge.
What you got there, buddy?
Feels like the right kind.
Oh my God. I hope so, because if I have to listen to you cry anymore. I think when I was younger, I was a lot more secretive about my spots, my techniques. I felt like I knew a little something more than maybe the guy next to me, and I wanted to keep it to myself, and that was kind of my edge. We could put the spread out and
I want to see where that frigate went.
put the kite up and just drift down. I want to share that a little bit, and I don't want to share it with anybody. I want to share it with a kid or somebody who's coming up in the industry who really is passionate about it. You want to keep them?
Yeah.
You want them for dinner?
Yep.
All right, we can keep them for dinner if you want. You know, one day DJ's gonna move on and he's gonna be doing his own thing. He's gonna have his own charter boat. It's gonna make me happy to see him and to see him doing the techniques and coming up in the industry and knowing I had a little part of that.
One of the coolest things about this job and my day-to-day job with BD Outdoors is the people. I love people. I love people who also love fishing, you know, and we get to bump into a lot of those people and build lifelong relationships.
So I've been to Casa Vieja a couple times now. The thing about Casa Vieja I really like, I really enjoy, is the opportunity for me to go somewhere and just turn it off.
What's the most you've ever had hooked at once?
7.
7? So they've eaten everything in the spread, and then you pitch a couple.
Dave, when I met Dave, he had an open fisherman. I mean, he was in that game, but he drifted more towards the sport fish boats.
Good job.
Hey, nice work, team.
All right, nice going there, buddy.
Dave really came into my life a 3 years ago, and I think within about an hour of us hanging out together, Dave and I figured out that we're the same kind of guys.
So back in October of '98 was my first season in Guatemala.
Dave, you haven't lost your touch a bit, buddy.
Let's get it to the boat first.
You have not lost your touch.
And I got down there by a guy. His name was Tim Choate. He had the original fishing lodge down there, which was called the Fins and Feathers.
Which boat was the boat that started it all? Like, what boat was your first boat?
We don't take anything too seriously. We like to laugh, like to have a good time. What do you got there, Captain Dave?
A little sailfish.
I thought they didn't grow little down here.
That's little for our standards. It's still bigger than yours.
You know, if you find us at the boat show, we're always hanging around the Casa Vieja booth. If we're out of town somewhere and they're in the same town, we're getting together for dinner.
I remember my first sailfish too.
He's kicking. Not afraid to laugh at ourselves. And it was really cool to not only fish in Dave's world, which we've done before, but to bring Dave to the Keys and sort of show him Rush's program. One of those iconic fisheries that I haven't had the opportunity to enjoy yet is the shrimp boat fishing.
The tuna, the bonita, the sharks, it's just, once you find them, it's, you know, it's not like you have to have a secret spot. You just pretty much have to know where the boats are.
Look at those fish go crazy over the live fin fish. Watch out for Dave's fly line there. Go over top if you have to. They're healthy out here, dude.
Bonita, man. Holy
when they
moly.
sit and they eat all this bait, oh, I get them before you break your rod. Don't break your rod. You only got one.
Exactly, that's why I'm here.
What happened? You and I both watched that tuna eat 10 feet from the boat.
Oh, you got it. Dude, you cannot wind it too fast for these guys. This bonita might be bigger.
There's some big ones.
This is King Kong.
Good old Chuck Norris.
He swam right at me, too. You got it, Rutchie?
I got the one.
What you got there, Captain Rutch?
The very elusive one. But I don't care what you guys say. It's a great fisher to be able to come catch fish on fly.
It still pulls string, man. The Gulf fishing isn't quite the same as fishing in the Atlantic. You know, in the Atlantic, you've got steep drop-offs, you've got the reef, you've got different patches of hard bottom for structure. I think they like you, Rush.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's a giant one in there.
Some of these wrecks that are out there, some of these towers that are out there, these are great places to go catch some snapper.
Oh, Dave, get your fly rod.
Some permit, cobia, all kinds of different species that are attracted to these wrecks because these wrecks offer relief in a otherwise flat bottom. These permit out there, they're full-grown permit. They grow big. They fight hard. You know, it was really great getting to spend a few days on the boat with Dave in my backyard, in the Keys, back where we grew up. I really wish I got to do it more. I really wish I got to see him more.
We all had a great time. We caught a bunch of fish. That's what it's all about. One of the coolest things about this show is it gives me and Rush the ability to check out fisheries that we've never seen before and really take up some offers that we've had from friends that we've, you know, just haven't made the time.
This is a fishery I've wanted to see ever since I was a kid.
Is this water in here brackish or is it straight salt? When I think of Cape Cod game fish, there's really only two species that come to mind. One is the bluefin tuna, and the other species is the striped bass.
Tyler, owner and captain of the Cynthia C harpoon boat.
We've been getting invited to the Northeast. He's got a lot of clients up there. I've got some buddies up there. Finally, it all came together. We were able to go to Cape Cod, a place I've wanted to visit forever.
The harpoon fishery is extremely intriguing to me.
There is no bycatch. This is the cleanest fishery there is.
And see some stuff that neither of us have seen before.
Little bit to left. Go left a little bit. Go left. Okay, square up on them now. Square up on them now.
The thing that really blew me away about this fishing was everybody on the boat is in the game.
Let me know when you got call up.
Now the excitement starts. The adrenaline starts going. You're seeing fish.
I got him. 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock.
start making our way towards them. You know, you're kind of thinking, oh, are they gonna stay up? Well, these fish did stay up.
Follow, okay, get me on him. I got him, I got him.
Oh God, smash him. Smash him.
Follow my stick. Follow my stick. Hit him! Hit him! Back it down! 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 He's going! He's going! He's going! He's going!
Did you buttonhole him?
I don't know. I don't think so.
When I went to Cape Cod, what I didn't realize is how great their fishery was up there. Their striped bass fishery, their bluefin tuna fishery.
You tell me when you want me to go backwards. Right on the bottom, 157 feet down.
This is a fishery I've wanted to see ever since I was a kid. What more exciting fishery is there than being out on a 20-foot pulpit with a 20-foot spear chasing one of the biggest animals that roam our oceans?
Local knowledge is brought to you by Andros Boat Works. Adventure never ends. Mustad Hooks, defining fishing hooks since 1877. AFTCO, the American Fishing Tackle Company. Costa, see what's out there. Seakeeper, once you feel it, you'll never boat without it. Sea Deck, your boat deserves Sea Deck. Fleer, the world's sixth sense. And by Casa Vieja Lodge, experience 5-star angling in tropical Guatemala.
You know, anytime you build a boat, it is never as simple as just, you know, this is the date it's gonna be done. You make changes, the factory makes changes, there's delays, there's tweaks, and you know, we had some stuff that made us, you know, set us behind the gun a little bit as far as this new boat delivery went.
And they delivered the motors. I see the motors. Those are
motors
over there.
Motors are up here. Motors are here.
You know, the goal with the new boat was to get it out here on the West Coast and get fishing. We couldn't think of a better way to break that boat in than the first stop that we put on the calendar, and that was seeing our friends Eric and Mo in Louisiana.
How we're coming along, guys?
Good, man. We almost got this stuff put together. Two more, I think. There you go. You got a little donkey action going there?
Oh, giant jackerville.
Ooh, this one feels like it's a good one. Blackened amberjack.
It's a blackfin. It's a tuna. We got a tuna.
I just got blown up by a tuna.
You did? Are you tight?
Nice fish. Thanks, Mo. Got him on.
Hey, Cappy, what you got there?
Come on, be a nice yellowfin.
Thank you.
Yeah! That's what we were after, dude.
Nice girl. Fish. Nice work. Nice work. You know, Louisiana kind of seems like it's in the middle of the country. Well, actually, it's not. Texas is the middle of the country. Louisiana actually turned out to be 1,800 miles from San Diego.
That was going to be hotel rooms, shuffling a lot of gear around. 24 hours. I think this is going to be my longest road trip ever.
With a tight production schedule, we knew we had to get that boat home and get another episode on the books.
That's the best sign I've seen all day.
So right from Louisiana, Rush rode with me and we drove cross country towing that boat.
We got the boat there safe and sound and we're able to fish it for the next few days.
You know, if you've watched the show, you know Baja's a very special place to me. It's a place that I get every summer, no matter what. And you know, we kind of all made the decision that Baja was worth the effort. Julio, once again, had some spots that I didn't have, and it was awesome to learn and fish these new areas. It's the most mackerel I have ever seen in one spot anywhere in my life, guys. And
within an hour, everything can change.
I know.
Got him! Got him! Nice!
That was a good one there, Julio.
That's a good one.
Look at that one.
Nice. Ooh, look at this.
Something decent.
Julio is a guy who could fish anywhere in the world. But Baja, Mexico is Julio's favorite place.
I know it's an orange, right?
Oh, it was it's
a golden.
Golden?
Oh, really?
Oh,
yeah.
No way. Oh, wow.
Woo! Look at the size of that.
Really
wow.
One of the things I wasn't anticipating with doing this show was the feedback we get. It's really cool, you know, and I mean, we were filming yesterday on the fuel dock. We had 2 or 3 people come up, man, we love the show. We love what you're doing. Holy
That is a beauty.
Look at that. This is the trophy of trophies.
After these shoots and during these shoots, thinking, you know, you're riding in, you got a little bit of time to yourself, you're talking to the guys, but sometimes you just, you know, you're in your own world thinking, you know, wow, I really get to see and do some really cool stuff.
Look at that, Julio.
Beautiful.
Dude, that is the rarest of rare, and to get one that size, unbelievable. And it really makes all the work worthwhile. It's very cool when somebody comes up and says, man, me and my wife and my kid all watch your show on Sunday mornings. We never miss an episode, and it was so cool when you guys did this.
For me, this isn't just a job, it's a lifestyle.
You know, we're guys just like you. We love to fish. We'd be doing this whether or not we actually made it to TV, and you know, we want to keep doing it for a long time.
One thing I know, it is for me. This is the life I chose, and this is the life I want to live.